Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in this video, we're going to be doing a ranking list for The Walking Dead. Now that 11B is officially wrapped up, let's rank all the episodes from worst to best. Okay guys, this is going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our first discussion topic after the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead Season 11. Of course, if you have not seen it yet in the channel, we have done our review for Season 11, Episode 16, Acts of God, as well as our predictions video for the final half season of The Walking Dead. Both of those videos are in the channel right now. Definitely go ahead and check those out. Now, it is time to do a looking back kind of reflection video on this past half season of The Walking Dead. I always like to do these videos, which is ranking all of the episodes from worst to best. In this time, we're going to be doing it for 11B. So, worst to best episodes. We're going to go through each one, obviously, kind of talk about each one, the events of each episode, and, kind of talk about, why they're stacked up this way. Obviously, I would love to hear your list in the comments, your, I guess, top 8 episodes or worst to best episodes from 11B, but here we go. Here's my list. So, number 8. So, starting things off with my least favorite episode of 11B, that is going to go to The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 11, Rogue Element. So, this is absolutely my least favorite episode of this half season. If you guys saw the review for this one, you'll know I wasn't too thrilled about it. I don't think, however, it is a horrible episode or even a bad episode. I think there is things in this one that are pretty good. We do get the revelation about Eugene and, Lance and, all that stuff. So it's not a terrible episode. There just are a lot of things I don't like. Connie and Kelly's plot in this one is just kind of whatever for me. Same thing with, there's just a lot of randomness in this one. Like, you've got like a random scene where you'll cut and randomly you got Commonwealth soldiers running from walkers where there was no build up to that scene whatsoever. And a lot of the things felt really disjointed. You got like drunken Eugene trying to do this investigating on his missing girlfriend. It's just not exactly my kind of episode. I think it does have all right qualities to it. But I definitely think it's the weakest episode of the half season. Now, coming in at number 7 is going to be Season 11, Episode 12. This one is The Lucky Ones. So, this episode is actually pretty darn good. I do like the episode. I do think that the episode could have shown a bit more of Oceanside, and I think they could have done a few extra things with the Eugene plots to make it better, because even though I like how they kind of filled us in a little bit in the intro scene of, why Eugene obviously, how, why Eugene was tricked and, how, it was the miscommunication on the radio and all this kind of stuff, kind of giving you the backstory. I find the stuff with Eugene and Max to be very annoying because Max keeps pushing him away. Same thing with Eugene, even though Eugene just has been lied to, and Max is just getting pissed off at him, when it's not his fault whatsoever. So, I don't know. I think that stuff is pretty bad. But I will say I really enjoy basically every other plot of this episode. I really like the Pamela stuff. I like her interactions with Maggie. I really like how Maggie doesn't take the deal because she can kind of tell that Lance, there's something up with this guy. And I really like how, throughout the episode, Maggie kind of realizes, like, not everything is as perfect as it kind of seems, right? So definitely something I think that is, it's very good. It's very good. And I think that Maggie in this one definitely made the right choice. And I really like some of the dialogue, some of the zombie kills, some of the cinematography I think is really good, and Lance is really good in this one too. So yeah, still a good episode. I do think that the Eugene stuff kind of, interrupts it a bit, but I do think it's better than episode 11. Now, coming in at number 6 is going to be Season 11, Episode 10. This one is titled New Haunts. This episode is very, very interesting. I really do like this episode at a lot of times. It has a lot of kind of, interesting kind of qualities to it. And I think it is definitely one of the better episodes of the season because, you really get to explore what happens, in the Commonwealth. Tyler Davison, his freak out. And obviously how things work. You've got money in the Commonwealth. You've got the training. You got a lot of that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. And I think, in terms of them introducing the Commonwealth, I thought this was a great way to introduce it. You got Sebastian, his interactions with Daryl, and obviously Mercer gets some screen time in this one. Even Rosita has a pretty forefront role in this one, and we do also get introduced to Pamela for the very first time. So definitely a lot of really cool stuff in this episode, and you kind of get the feeling that not everything is right in the Commonwealth. You know, they start to kind of play that angle a bit in this one. So, yeah. Now, coming in at number 5 is going to be Season 11, Episode 15. This is titled Trust. I really enjoy this episode. I really, really do. This is our penultimate episode where basically you've got, you know, kind of Daryl and Lance, and, you know, obviously Lance kind of doing his, you know, investigating on what happened with Toby, and obviously he thinks that Maggie and the Hilltop are involved, so he kind of goes there to try to catch them in the lie, and, you know, obviously, you know, we get some kind of minor fight back scenes. We get the F-bomb drop from Daryl before something really fucking bad happens. So we get that. And we get a, you know, a good few kind of standoff scenes. Lance as a villain I thought was really creepy in this one. And, you know, obviously his deal with Leah at the end of the episode and all that stuff to kind of send her in to kill Maggie. So that was also really cool. Now, we also saw Ezekiel in this episode. We saw, obviously, you know, him. He's, you know, seems to be doing a lot better. He made it through the surgery. And, you know, you get some minor stuff with him there. And even Tommy gets some stuff. And, yeah, I thought it was really cool. Even, you know, some Mercer stuff. Princess and Mercer kind of wanting to do something against the Commonwealth. Just kind of not sure how to go about it, I guess. Really cool episode, absolutely. Now, number 4 is going to be Season 11, Episode 13. This one is Warlords. This episode is really, really interesting. This episode is kind of like your... You know, you think it's going one way, you think that we're introducing a new group, you think that things are going to go this way, and then no, you get kind of a twist. Lance was actually sending Toby in there to kill everyone in here. And it was a really cool episode. They kind of did it out of chronological order. They kind of messed with you a little bit. Negan returns at one point. You've got Toby that is a complete psycho and kills the warlord leader along with basically everybody else on the roof. Maggie, Aaron, you know, all of them, you know, all kind of try to work together to take him down. And even though the episode gets cut off, I still really, really like it because it's a just interesting episode. It's a really cool episode to see. And Toby as a villain, I thought was a really cool character. So, and Lance kind of more showing his true colors, you know, sending him out there to do that and stuff like that. Kind of seeing his true intentions, I thought was really, really cool. Now, number 3 is going to be Season 11, Episode 14. This one is The Rotten Core. This episode was fantastic. This was basically the interaction that we've been waiting for with Negan and Herschel for a long, long time. We finally got that. We got to see Sebastian, then them develop him a little bit more into a little crap, which is what he's supposed to be. So I think they really did a good job of kind of developing how shitty he is in this one, sending them in there to get the cash and stuff. And we also get to see in this episode the death of Toby. We see Aaron get his total revenge. And I honestly thought as an episode it was really, really cool because, you know, you kind of develop Toby. You kind of have this shootout that's going on. But then you got, like, you know, the more character-focused stuff with Maggie. And you also got the reveal at the end that the guns that they were looking for the entire time was actually taken by Leah, who makes her, you know, return in this one. So it's a really chaotic episode. A lot of this stuff we've been waiting to see for a long time, in particular the Negan stuff. And that's why I have to put it so high on the list because of just how important it was. I thought it was really, really spectacular the way they did it. So, coming in at number 2 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 9, No Other Way. Now, this episode, my jaw was on the floor. When I saw this episode, I could not believe what I was watching. The battle in Meridian, the fights we saw, I mean, I would go over them, but there are honestly so many. Like, you know, I guess I'll mention a few. You know, Gabriel and that one, you know, guy, of course, that one priest or whatever, the one pastor, I think. And then you've got, like... you know, Carver, his fight with Maggie and Elijah and Negan, and, you know, that stuff. You've got the standoff. You get the scene where, you know, Maggie just has enough. She, like, shoots all the freaking Reapers and stuff. And just such an exciting episode. You got the rainstorm in Alexandria. You got that stuff going on. You've got the Commonwealth introducing themselves to Alexandria. You got the time skip with Daryl kind of showing 6 months later. You have to kind of figure out how things get the way they do. It's a spectacular episode. And on top of that, you got the death of Alden. So they really packed a lot into this episode. And I thought it was, honestly, at the time, my favorite episode of the season. But we now have the best episode of Season 11, which is, number 1, The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode 16, Acts of God. phenomenal episode. Absolutely phenomenal finale. We've got the end of the Leah character. Maggie versus Leah. We've got Daryl, Aaron, and Gabriel, and that scene in the bus yard, which is probably one of my all-time favorite shootouts I think I've seen in anything. I love that shootout so much. The music, the intensity was so cool. Lance even gets shot in the face and keeps friggin' trucking along somehow. Such a interesting episode, and it's one that we've been waiting for a while. You got, like, you know, these moments where you got, like, Maggie and Leah, and she's, like, hunting her down, and it's just really, like, creepy, really exciting. You got, of course, the hilltop getting blown up for a second time, and, you know, just numerous of things. You know, the Alexandria safe zone, Hilltop, and Oceanside getting taken over by Lance, and kind of a question of, is Lance going to just kill everybody at Oceanside, as he uses a coin to decide whether he's going to do that. So, that has to be my favorite episode. I mean, there is so much in that episode. I wish I could cover it all, but honestly, just to kind of sum it up, it's without a doubt my favorite episode of The Walking Dead Season 11. One of my favorite episodes they've done in a long, long time. So that is my thoughts on the Acts of God as my favorite episode. That is my thoughts on 11B overall as a half season. I thought it was really spectacular. Like I said, the only episodes that I'd say suffer in this one would be Rogue Element, and like little itty bitty portions of the Lucky Ones. That's it. Everything else legit this half has been great for me. Honestly, everything has been legitimately awesome. Just Rogue Element, I would say, is my only kind of like more flawed episode. Aside from that, I think this was a really, really excellent half season. And honestly, if it's any indication on what the final half season of the show is going to be like, then bring it on, damn it, because honestly, this was really damn good. So, there is my list. I want to hear from you guys now in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this list? What is your list? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click subscribe and tune in with some of my videos for The Walking Dead. Follow Dan's Walking Review, subscribe, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
My God, no!